This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Looking back to the future. People ask me all the time how I managed to live such a long, healthy life. As U.B. Blake said, if I'd known I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. Seriously, I think it's due to a lot of things. Although I'm not a health nut, I've always lived a pretty healthy life. I've never been a person that overindulges in food or alcohol, and I've never smoked a cigarette in my whole life. When I was a kid, my mother said that if I wanted to be an athlete, I shouldn't smoke because it would hamper my breathing. I also never got into doing drugs. It just wasn't interesting to me, and I could never see the benefit of it. Once, when I was in the Congaroos, I was at a party at Dizzy's apartment at 122nd Street and 7th Avenue, and there were so many cats smoking weed that I got a contact high. When I left with some friends and we got to a corner, it looked to me like I was about to step off the curb into a deep canyon. I kept refusing to step down, and my buddies could not get me to cross the street. They thought it was hilarious. Even though some people have tried to get me into drugs, I've never felt the need to keep up with my peers. They'd say, "It'll make you feel good." But I tell them, I feel good already. I was generally pretty happy, and still am. Whenever I did feel a little bit down in spirits, I'd go to the Savoy, and before you'd know it, I'd forget about everything else. I get high from Lindy hopping. To me, swing music and dancing is the best therapy in the world. That's why, even though we've been through so many dances in the last 70 years, the Lindy is still going strong. I've always exercised, although I'm not strict about doing it every day. I've tried lots of different things, lifting weights, doing push-ups, jogging, stretching, Pilates, and all kinds of sports. And of course, I've danced since I was a kid. I can only remember one time when I got injured while performing, other than with Dottie Mae. I pulled a muscle in the back of my leg doing a split in the Congaroos tap number. A doctor told me I shouldn't dance for 6 weeks. I stopped for 3 days. Not that I haven't had my problems. I've had a hip replacement, knee surgery, a hernia operation, 2 cataract surgeries, my prostate was removed, and I have to wear a hearing aid. But I'm still kicking, and I think it's partly because I built my body up from the time I was a youngster. That made me strong and gave me stamina, so it's been a little harder to break it down. The Lord's been good to me, and I get down on my knees every night and thank Him. For me, this whole revival has been as if a door opened and I walked into a place where the sun is always shining and the flowers are always blooming. It makes me feel so light, so exhilarated. I've had such a wonderful life. I know it. And I feel like I owe it to Lindy hoppers around the world. That's where I get my energy. More than anything else, that's what's kept me going. When I reflect back on all my years, and I'm older than dirt, I'm kind of proud of the contributions I made to the Lindy hop, like the air step, ensemble dancing, and bending forward. I feel very good about having been a member of Whitey's Lindy Hoppers and the Congaroos, and about my choreography in Hills a Poppin', Radio City Revels, Hot Chocolate, and Killer Diller, which I think has inspired quite a few people. But I have to say that the thing I'm happiest about is my role in helping to get the Lindy hop going again. The last time I was in Herring, while I was giving a talk with Dawn Hampton and Chaz, I told the audience they should have politicians from all of the different governments come and dig this wonderful scene to see how well everybody gets along on the dance floor. When Whitey first started getting Whitey's Lindy Hoppers together, I think he had the idea to spread the dance everywhere. He didn't have a way to really do that like we do now. But if he was alive today, I think he would be very, very happy. This is what he dreamed of, and I guess I got that from him. When I travel to all these different swing dance events, I'm finally seeing what I've wanted to see my whole life. People from all over the world, with smiles on their faces, getting together to dance.